this is when you're not afraid to live how you want to live. You start to find yourself, you know, because I think when we're younger, there's just a lot of, it's more of an external focus, I think, than an internal focus. You focus on how it looked. You focus on what it looked like, you know, so you do things for the look, even if it's not authentic to you. You know, but when you get older, you get to a point where it's like, it's peace over everything, you know, like you're just trying to enjoy your life. The impressions don't really matter. It's like, does it feel good? You feel me? Well, for some people, I'm just gonna say that because there's some people that don't see it that way. I don't think there's really ever an age where you're never too old to discover yourself. You know, and I feel like personal discovery, that's an ongoing process because we're always evolving. We're always learning new things, experiencing new things. And every time we do that, we become new people, you know, because we think from a different perspective now. And so I don't think there's like a specific age for when that's valid. You know, I honor it in all ages. I think even just thriving to be a better version of yourself or to just improve, like that quote that Napoleon Hill said, every day in every way I get better. That's a powerful, you know, like when you consider that, that's powerful.
I got this one quote on my dry erase board talking about every day. It's like a Buddhist quote talking about every day you're born again, and what you do with the day.
It's completely up to you.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Forget about yesterday. You like born
live for today. And it just goes to show how much power we actually have. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. Like, it's so easy to worry about things, you know, things that are not going the way we expected it to go. You know, it's easy to worry about those things, and I don't judge. I have compassion for it because I get in those spaces as well. Everybody, we all do. And so it's nice to like kind of hit the reset button, to like pause and hit the reset button, and
like self-evaluate.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like take an inventory about what, like how am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? Like what's really going on? And to just move forward with more intention. Like, okay, this is what I want. Let me move forward that way. And even to just notice, like that space to notice, that awareness, that space for awareness.
Everybody don't got that.
Yes.
Like just to know, like they don't even got that in their mind. Like I want to change my life or something like that. Like they just like want to still do the same shit.
The same thing.
Like I got boys like that. Like, man, y'all ain't like.
They're not trying to do nothing different. That's complacent. But some people don't think that way. You know,
like we ain't in our 20s no more, bro. We old now. We in our 40s. The fuck think all you want to do is smoke and fucking drink? Like, bro.
And to some people, you know, you got to have a level of awareness to desire more. And when you get to the point where, you know what, this no longer entertains me, you know, then you start to search, because that's how the search is. That is a search of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking for more. I'm looking for bigger. I'm looking for more. I want more experience. I want more, you know. Everybody don't get to that point. Some people be stuck.
Yeah, that's why I was like, damn, at least maybe because I fail. I'm like, wow, I'm a consummate trier. Cause at least I be trying. I fail, try, and then I don't be like just giving up. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna have to start again. You know what I'm saying?
You research somebody else that did it. How they doing? What are they doing? You know, let me see what's going on here. What's this? You know, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't be scared to fail, especially on business stuff.
Because I feel like failing is a part of the process of success. No one just steps out there the first time and just gets it. You know, like you have some humbling moments, and the humbling moments looks different for everyone. But I call it refinement.
Yeah,
that's how you get better. You know, depending on how you navigate those moments, it really does make us better people. You know, and that's why I feel like self-mastery is just like, it's really a gift. It really is like the keys to the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to master yourself, it gives not only the self-mastery, I mean, what it does, it just gives you like control. You feel me? And even if you can, it doesn't mean that you can control things outside of you,
right.
but you can control how things outside of you affect you.
Right.
And that in itself is mastery. So it's like a flexibility. It's like an emotional flexibility. In NLP, we call it the law of requisite reciprocity. Pretty much like your ability to, is it requisite reciprocity? Let me make sure.
Like a external, like it's all about internal, like.
Yes, because it's not about what's happening to you. It's
right.
about what you think about what's happening to you.
And how you react.
And how you're reacting to it. Because the way we respond to things determines how it affects us.
Right. And that's tough.
Yes.
That's tough, no doubt. That's tough.
But that's where that self-awareness piece comes into play, because it's like if you become aware of how you're responding to things, then you can intentionally choose how you're going to respond to things now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I didn't like that. So now I'm going to move a different way now. Mm-hmm. It's all like feedback. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Requisite variety. It's the law of requisite variety. So it's pretty much saying like the law in NLP, the principle, the law of requisite variety is pretty much saying the person with the most emotional flexibility controls the situation. So the person that has the highest ability to adapt to changing situations, they're the ones that'll control the situation essentially. And that makes sense, because it's like sometimes we get so rigid, we try to control things, we try to force things to go a certain way, and then when it doesn't go that way, that's where the worry and the stress and the anger and all of those extra emotions comes into play.
That don't do nothing for you.
That don't do nothing for you. That actually block your vision for you.
Like Bruce Lee said, you gotta be like water.
And those things, but like I feel like as you live life, that's when you really start to make sense of those things. Like when we younger, it doesn't really.
It ain't even register.
Yeah, because I feel like when you older, you have some humbling moments that like you really don't have no control over the situation. And you have big situations that you don't have control over. You feel me? Like, you know, when you younger, the things that you worry about when you're younger, by the time you get to be this age, you're like, man, that's trivial. Like, that don't even matter. You know, in the 20s, I wish that, it's so important. I think I want to try to do a nonprofit or something like this, because I think it's so important for children to know how much potential they have in those years. To set themselves up for, like, you can set yourself up for the rest of your life. If you navigate your 20s strategically and you move right, yo, you can set yourself up for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? And
just on some investment.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Like, just on some investment, don't buy those Jordans. Don't buy that Louis Vuitton bag. Don't buy all that dumb shit. Get you some investments. Get you some properties. You can get a property off of the auction list for the same price as what you would get that Tory Burch purse for. You know what I'm saying? For the same price as them Gucci slides or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, you're going to be rocking some regular Adidas or whatever, but you're going to have like a portfolio, you feel me? That's going to be paying you for years to come. Like, them sneakers, once them sneakers get creased up, you're not even going to wear them no more. But that home is going to make money for you every month after month after month. And then when you're ready to sell it, it's equity. It's all liquid cash that appreciates. It's like having a physical appreciating account. You know what I'm saying? Like a savings account.
So what did you go to school for?
So I graduated with a degree in business management.
This was your thing. Like, you already knew how to run a business because you're business management.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a bean. That degree, it taught me stuff, but it was more so focused on how to like manage someone else's company, like how to be the CEO, like the executive manager or whatever. Like, it really wasn't entrepreneurship. I feel like entrepreneurship and business management are two different things. Really? Now, I'm grateful for the experience, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing away from it, but I mean, yes and no. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, yes, business plan, writing a business plan, yes, but we didn't spend a lot of time on that. We did do a simulation, like we talked about management, you know, managing the staff, employees, HR management, project management.
But it had, so that's, I get what you're saying. It really didn't have about the entrepreneur.
Yes, entrepreneurship is a very different.
It just have something like if you was a lead motherfucker at a
correct.
hotel
if you were like an
yeah,
executive, correct. So, and I'm grateful though, because I do know that people I know a lot of people who start businesses who have like studied for their MBA or whatever, and they're able to do things like their balance sheet and, you know, profit and sales, you know, projects and stuff. There's certain things they get a little bit more technical with it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Where certain things that a lot of people just hire professionals for. Now, granted, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't go to school and get a whole MBA to do that, because I could hire somebody that did. You feel me? Like 50 Cent has a quote that's like, nah, I didn't go to Harvard, but the person that works for me did. I mean, that's real.
Yeah.
You know.
So what, you got a whole master's degree?
Nah, I got a bachelor's degree.
How many years is that?
That's a 4-year degree.
4 years.
I got a bachelor's degree, and I ain't mad at it. You know, I think in terms of just having a business sense and a business acumen,
you was like, it set you up a little bit.
Especially, I think for marketing and communications, that is something that stuck with me. Yes. So I could say yes. The course, if I knew then what I know now, I would have just specialized in marketing instead of just doing business management. I would have went for marketing, because marketing, you can use those skills.
Everything is marketing.
Yes, everything is marketing. And you learn a lot, like learning the technicals of marketing. That's why people that's in the marketing field, even working for a company, they get paid mad money. Because marketing is the lifeblood of any company, for real.
That's
if your marketing ain't right, you're not gonna stay in business.
I heard that, like, marketing is like, they said God, and then it's marketing. Like, I heard Wallow say some shit.
Because any company, any business, like, you need people to know what your business is about. If people do not have a clear idea of what your business is about and how it can benefit them, they're not going to buy.
How do you do that?
Marketing, exactly. So it's the language that you use, even down to the colors that you use, the images. Listen, when we watch those commercials on the TV, everything is carefully picked. The outfit that the people are wearing, where they're standing, the positioning, the colors that are used, like everything is carefully picked to make a certain impression on the viewer. Like, you'd be surprised how much psychology is involved in marketing. Yes, even when you notice when you walk into a store and they have the clearance signs, you know how many people love what they do at their job? They don't. Yeah, so have the same confidence, in the same belief in yourself and your skill set that you will have in your job. Yeah, in your employment. Like when you say, I need some money, the first thing people do is, let me get a job or let me get a different job. But because you know, yes, once I get this job, I'm gonna have money coming in. But it's like, what if we had that confidence with our skill set? So it's like, you know what? If I put myself out there, I'm gonna have money coming in.
Right.
What if we had that same confidence? A job comes with security, because when you bet on yourself, you are 100% accountable. You cannot slack. And I don't think that people be afraid of failure more than they be afraid of the discomfort. Because it's like, if you know your skill, you know you can do it. If it's an established skill, or if it's something you got trained for, you already know you could do it. But it's like, you know that if you stand out on your own 2 feet, you got to pull your weight.
Yeah, you got to really grind.
And I feel like that's what, I mean, I can even speak for myself. Like, I know there's certain decisions that I've been reluctant on making. You know, in the conscious mind, the ego mind will tell you all types of excuses. Oh, you busy. Oh, you this, you that. You can't work those hours. Or, you know what I mean? It'll tell you all types of excuses to justify not taking action towards something that's going to put me in a better situation, but will require me to release certain habits or to show up in a certain way that I know would be uncomfortable right now. You feel me? Because it will require a lot more discipline.
Right.
So I know that, you know, I'm grateful for the awareness to be able to be real with myself and be like, okay, you know, perhaps I think that's what people be more intimidated about then. And I mean, this is a very subconscious thing. So on a conscious level, you'll tell yourself all types of things. I need money. I can't, you know what I'm saying? This and that. But I think that what it really is just a fear of knowing that there's no wiggle room.
Right.
It's either you work or you don't eat. It ain't no.
It's do or die.
Yeah, it's do or die. Ain't no, I'm gonna just show up and clock in.
Yeah.
And don't mess with me today. I'm gonna close my door and just chill for the day. Ain't none of that.
Yeah.
And you still get paid. Ain't none of that. Ain't no PTO. Ain't none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get PTO when you own your business. You don't have to work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It don't start off like that.
Right.
It don't start off like that. I think that's really what it is. And it's very understandable, because everyone means well. It's just like when we have defense mechanisms at play, you know what I'm saying? It's just our mind trying to keep us safe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if, say, for example, someone grew up with a out of whack nervous system, like your nervous system was always hyped up. You feel me? You grew up in a chaotic environment or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like you grew up poor or something. You've never been rich.
Right.
So now, if you've experienced circumstances that would make a desired state, distort your perspective of a desired state and make it seem bad. So, for example, if you experience circumstances about money where you've been trained to subconsciously reject wealth as something that's unattainable to you, or you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, to keep yourself, so subconsciously now there's a subconscious program that wealth is far from you. You can't have
never
it.
Be able to. Yeah.
So now, if you get an opportunity that can lead you to wealth, those subconscious programs will kick in. Now, it might register to the conscious mind as, "Oh, I'm so busy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't have time. I don't have the money for that. I can't do that. I have these kids.
Right.
I have to be here. If I have to be a mom, I have to show up." It registers on a conscious mind as that.
Right.
But subconsciously, what it really is, I'm going to keep you away from that wealth because our programming tells us that wealth is dangerous.
Right.
Or we can't have it.
Right.
So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's self-conscious. It's subconscious.
Yeah.
So it's like that's when I talk about self-mastery and things like that, that's where it's really helpful. That's where it comes into play. Because you'll be able to notice things like that. And even if you don't notice the pattern, or even if you don't get to the point where you can name it specifically, you can notice like, why do I self-sabotage in circumstances like this? Right. Like if I know I need to take these steps, why am I not taking these steps? Or why is this not, why is there a disconnect? Correct. Yes. And I think once we start asking those questions and we quiet the ego enough, the answers really do come up. Like we answer ourselves. The answers really do come up. But the key is we actually have to ask the question, like actually make the inquiry and quiet the ego so we can hear and accept the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So did you have to have good credit when you started your business and stuff to get like loans and shit like that?
Well, if you do get loans, you would have to have good credit. I was fortunate to not have to have loans. So this place was already kind of set up because it was a barbershop in here before. So Urban Image from across the street, they used to be here. And so they had moved out like months before I saw this place.
Right.
And so I knew that they used to be here. And I saw that they had moved across the street. So I went over there to talk to Tom. And he looked out. He gave me the phone number to the landlord and, kind of gave me some pointers.
So you never even had to take out no loans?
I didn't take out no loans. I had money saved up, so I bought the equipment off of him because he had everything that was already set up for this space. So like the dryers, my sinks, the initial chairs that I had in here.
Yeah, so you didn't have to do remodeling.
Yeah, no, I just moved right in and started working. I moved right in and got to work. It was an absolute blessing. So I didn't start in the red. Like I didn't start owing money and nothing like that.
Yeah. Because that's what I heard, like that whole credit thing. That's why I'm trying to get my credit together. Like, that's like mad leverage. Like
it's crazy leverage.
Like not just on getting a mortgage or something. Just like
period. If you want to make a move that's beyond the reach of your paycheck, you're gonna need credit to do it.
Yeah.
and let me tell you something. I don't care how hard you work on a day to day, unless you're making a lot of cash.
Crazy cash, right?
Keeping up with your daily expenses and then saving up to make moves like that takes forever. So say if you're trying to buy a house, that's $250,000. To save up $250,000 in your own day to day, you need some type of leverage, yo. You need either at least a compounding account, something. You need something, because to earn that money dollar by dollar.
That's how the rich do it. Like I heard they, on companies, just like motherfuckers straight on credit. And then they just pay it back. Not a big. I mean, I guess a fraction of whatever they spend on
So what they do is a lot of times they use credit to start businesses, to start ventures, and then they use the profit from the venture to pay it back.
Crazy.
It's a common thing. They say never use your own money. Use other.
That's what the rich motherfuckers do.
Have you heard that?
That's what I was saying.